We explore the story of the hijab in Islam, where we saw how modesty, identity, and the right to choose are intricately woven into the fabric of Muslim women's dress. From Quranic verses to courtroom controversies, we discuss how what a woman wears can be a personal act of faith, a symbol of protest, or both. So let's shift to the women's attire of another very prominent religion in India. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to All About Her. And in today's episode, we have Dress Codes in Religion, Chapter 2, Beyond the Ghoonghat. We have 38% Hindu women in our country. That's over 250 million women. But here's where it gets fascinating. In North India, nearly 80% of Hindu women still cover their heads during prayers, rituals, or family events. Whereas only 22% of the Hindu women follow this practice in South India. This difference is because of influence of caste, regional culture, and even climate. Let's explore the graceful, complex, and sometimes controversial world of the traditional Hindu woman attire. Just imagine a newly married bride, draped in a richly woven sari, her hair covered in shimmering silk as she steps into her in law's home for the first time. She is wearing the Ghoonghat, or a veil that is not just a piece of cloth, it's a symbol. It's a tradition passed from generation to generation. Apart from Ghoonghat, it is known by many other names across India, like the Ghumta, Orni, or Laj. The Ghoonghat is a head covering or a headscarf worn by many married Hindu, Jain, and Sikh women. Sometimes it's just the head that's covered. Sometimes it's the face also. And in certain cases, even more. Historically, the Ghoonghat draws its roots from the Sanskrit word avagunthana, meaning a veil or a cloak. While the concept existed in ancient period, strict facial veiling became prominent only during the medieval period, influenced significantly by the arrival of Islam in the Indian subcontinent. Even today, the Ghungat remains most visible in the Hindi belt, that is, states like Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, and Haryana, where it is a both revered tradition and also a topic of lively debate. To understand the Ghungat's deep roots, we have to go a little deeper into the ancient texts and epics. There is a moment in the mythological story of Ramayana when Ravana was killed. The battle is over, his empire has fallen. Enters Queen Mandodari, his widow, a royal figure grieving. She walks into the presence of Lord Rama. But here's what's different. She's not wearing her veil, no ghungat, no covering, just raw sorrow and quiet dignity. In a world where veiling was the norms for queens, Mandodari chooses to reveal her face because she was in deep human pain. And that moment says so much about grief, about strength, and how even ancient women chose when to veil and when not to. We have renowned poets like Kalidasa, Bana, and Sudraka who reference veils not only as garments of modesty but of transformation. Fast forward to today, you will find the Ghungat in modern storytelling too. In the acclaimed film Lapata Ladies, directed by Kiran Rao, two brides, Jaya and Phul Kumari, accidentally switch places because their faces are covered by identical veils. The Ghungat becomes a dramatic device, one that hides identity but also reveals a lot about society's expectations. For some, the Ghoonghat is a sign of large, which is modesty, purity, and respect. For others, it's a sign of patriarchy and silence. In many Hindu households, especially during weddings and religious functions, the Ghoonghat remains a sacred custom. A bride mostly enters the mandap with her face veiled. Her modesty is displayed as a respect to her future husband and in laws. But what happens when tradition meets modernity? In 2016, a study by the University of Pennsylvania revealed that even today, in urban areas of Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh, over 90% of young Hindu women from the age of 18 to 25 continue to practice the Ghungat. Yet, interestingly, those who don't wear the veil tend to have more freedom in making decisions at home. So, is the Ghungat empowering or restrictive? Perhaps, like many traditions, it holds different meaning for different women. The Ghungat is often compared to the hijab, but are they the same? The Islamic parda is based on clear religious commandments. The Quran outlines detailed rules about whom a woman may unveil before. The hijab can be termed as a spiritual decision and a civil requirement. The Hindu Ghungat, on the other hand, is mostly social. It varies by region, family, and situation. In many villages, a daughter in law must veil before her father in law, husband's elder brother, or any man older other than her husband. And some Hindu women even have to veil from their mother in law as a mark of respect. This practice is rooted in social hierarchy, not just modesty. Ancient Hindu scriptures mention veiling symbolically. For example, in the Rig Veda, women are advised to lower their gaze and walk gracefully. It is mentioned that Ram had asked his wife Sita to veil herself before Lord Pashuram as a sign of respect. So, while both traditions cover the head, the intention, prescription, and execution differ. Picture yourself entering a temple. You remove your shoes, the air shifts, bell chimes softly, a sense of sanctity surrounds you. As you step forward, you gently pull your dupatta or pallu over your head. Why? In Hinduism, covering the head in the temple is not mandatory, but it is widely practiced, especially in the north. It's a gesture of humility and reverence. But there is more depth to it. Spiritually, the Brahmarandra, which is a subtle energy point at the crown of the head, it is said to be open during moments of divine connection. Covering it helps preserve sacred vibrations generated during puja and chanting. Many saris worn during rituals feature gold threaded borders placed exactly over this point, believed to amplify the divine energy. Others believe the practice began during the Mughal invasions as a way to protect women's dignity. Either way, it continues as a profound expression of spiritual discipline. When visiting temples or performing ritual, attire is thoughtfully chosen to reflect reverence, simplicity, and devotion. Cotton, silk, and light colors mostly dominate and are considered ideal temple wear. Footwear should be removed, jewelry should be kept minimal. It's basically about removing ego as you enter a divine space, as purely and sincerely as possible. Worn by Indian women for over 5,000 years is the sari. It's more than a dress. It's a tradition, it's a legacy. Its unstitched form signifies purity. It's a drape, a dance of elegance. During temple visits, saris are often plain and light colored. and modestly worn. And during weddings, brides shimmer in rich Kanjivaram silks, all gold threaded Banarasis. Festivals bring out the colors: red for energy, yellow for learning, white for peace. Regional variations tell stories of craft and culture. From Assam's Mekhela Chador to Maharashtra's Paithani Saree, even globally, the saree is making waves. On runways, red carpets, and cultural stages, it speaks of India's elegance and timeless beauty. Over centuries, the dress code of Hindu women has mirrored India's journey. In ancient times, it was about comfort and practicality, long drapes and wraparounds. Then, under the Mauryan Gupta Empire, silk saris signified class and status. With Mughals, embroidery, lehengas, and ornate dupattas entered our wardrobes. And during colonial rule, Western blouses and petticoats crept in. But the sari remained a symbol of national pride. And in modern India, saris coexist with jeans, kurtis, and Indo Western fusion. Women now mix, match, and make the sari their own. The Ghoonghat, the sari, the headscarf in temples, they are not just customs, they are languages. Because they speak of honor, identity, humility, and faith. But all of this brings us to the question: is modesty empowering or limiting us? Can tradition and freedom coexist? For many Hindu women, the answer lies in intention. Whether you choose to wear a veil or not, whether you drape a sari or wear a salwar, what matters is why you do it, why you wear it. And when worn with respect, love, and self awareness, tradition will not be a cage, but a celebration.